It's Carmen time. So you might be wondering why my hair is like this. Why don't you just ignore it? Pretend like my head is barren. Editing Kennedy, don't pretend that I'm bald. Actually, don't do that. Just pretend my hair looks normal. Please, because I kind of went a little bit crazy and this happened on my head. I'm gonna go get it fixed though. It's fine, don't worry about it. Today we're going to be working on Carmen. This video is probably gonna be really short compared to my other one, just because I feel like I already said a lot in that one. I kind of covered Carmen and Florence in the same video, so now I just have to cover Carmen in this video, so I have a lot less to work with this time around. You'll see that I feel like I got a little bit lazy with this one, so actually I might do a few more drawings for her. I don't know. I'll try to fill it in a little bit if I genuinely don't have anything to add of like, you know, good content. If it's just all filler, then I'm not going to include it, because why waste your time? So we're going to do Carmen today. I'm going to talk about my process. I'm going to talk about my idea with her and what I want to do with her story, and that's it. Come on, come with me. Okay, so I only did one pose for Carmen, which was mainly just the only reason I did two poses for Florence was because I drew her first pose and then I realized she wasn't facing forward, and that's kind of important when you're doing a character sheet, so I had to do a second pose. For Florence, I could have done another pose showing off like a 3/4 profile angle, whatever, but I was mainly focused on seeing what she looked like from the front and making sure I was able to draw her face and replicate it over and over again. I played around with color a lot more for Carmen than I did with Florence, and I think that's because with Florence I already had like a really good idea of what I wanted her to look like in my mind, but I still played around just to see if any other option would really speak out to me, because when you're designing a character, it is important to give a lot of range with your character design, even if you know you like something better, because you might get surprised. I might have liked her better with blonde hair than I did with brown. I didn't, but maybe I did really like her red hair, so I might make her brown hair a little bit more red, but stuff like that is important. You'll see with my second color scheme, I changed it a little bit closer to the end just because I felt like she looked a lot like Cleo from Monster High, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love Cleo, she's one of my favorites, but I don't want my character to look a lot like another character, especially she doesn't even really look like her, but her color scheme is like the exact same in the second one. I want to fix that badly, so I left her like that, but I don't think I'm going to choose that color scheme. If anything, I'll just pick a few colors from it and use them in her main one. I'm still not completely happy with her colors, and later in the video I'm going to play around with them a bit more, just because I don't know, I'm just really not feeling anything that I did. Well, I'm feeling like certain elements, but others I'm not, so I'm still going to play around with those. So let's get into her story a little bit. She's a demon, obviously, you can see that from her horns and her tail. She is also a lesbian, so both her and Florence are lesbians, but she's a lot more open about it, at least because it's the 70s, so she's as open as she can be about it. She's not 2024 out and proud, but as open as she can be back in the 70s. I'm still trying to figure out some of her powers, but I know one of them is that she can see into the future, and I chose that because I wanted to keep her 80s hair, because originally it's supposed to be set in the 80s, but I didn't like the fashion enough to put her in 80s outfits all the time. So to remedy that, because I designed her face with the 80s in mind, but I didn't want to design her clothes like that, so what I did was I just said she can see the future, which I feel like is a clever way to put that in there, she can see the future, so that's why she has 80s hair, when in reality I just liked it on her. She doesn't follow a lot of trends, but I did like her in 70s clothes. I don't even know. It might not even take place in the 70s. I think the main reason I wanted it to take place in the 70s or 80s was just because I don't want an inappropriate age gap between her and
Florence, which is something that's a little bit tricky when you're making vampire characters, because it's like, I don't want this to be like a Twilight thing where she's 100 years older than her. That's, even just doing it like 20 years older is making me feel a little icky, which is why it takes place in the 70s. But also, at the end of the day, she's a demon, so I might just age her up to be like 60 in demon years. I don't know, because another part of her story that I wanted was that she wasn't even born a demon. I wanted her to be born human turned into a demon, but I might have to change that. It depends. But one factor that made me decide to make her a demon was that I didn't want her to outlive, or I didn't want Florence to outlive her, because that's something that makes me really sad in vampire media. And like, I could have done it so that she also turns into a vampire, but I didn't want that. So she's a demon, and that's not completely the reason. I think one of the main reason would be just because that was my original intention for her, and I wanted to stick with that and be true to my original design. But part of the reason I chose her to be a demon was because I didn't want Florence to outlive her. So, she's Cuban. That's all I have to say about that. I still want to play around with her outfits just because, like, I don't know. For me at least, she doesn't really seem like the type of girl to wear dresses that much, like, on a day-to-day basis. So I'm trying to play around with her outfits a little bit. That's not to say that she'll never wear a dress, but I don't, like, when I think of her, I don't really think of dresses for her. I don't know. It's not like she's not femme. She is femme. She's just not a dress girly. I might change her wardrobe to another time period just because I feel like the 70s is a lot of dresses, especially like the 1900s period. The 20th century is a lot of dresses up until like the 90s.
Here I just wanted to try a few different color combinations, so I wasn't really focused on shading much. But yeah, enjoy the speed paint. I show the results at the end, and let me know in the comments which color scheme you prefer out of all of the color schemes that I did. So even like the first original ones I did, and then these new ones. Which is your favorite? Let me know.
I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked watching me design another character. I feel like this one's process was really different, but I think that's good because it really shows how versatile character design can be. I really had fun doing this, but I also struggled a lot, as you can see in the video. I think I did get a little bit lazy, but that's okay because I put in a little bit more work to just make it a little bit better. In my next video, I'm going to do more character design. I think I'm just going to take a break from OCs for a second because I really want to do some My Little Pony human redesigns because I have like all of them done. I just need to do like full character sheets, and I just think that'd be a really fun video to do. And I love My Little Pony, so a win is a win. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you liked this video. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Pinterest and Spotify. All of that is in the description. Like the video, leave a little comment, tell me I'm pretty. I love compliments. And that is all I have for you today. Bye!